So many pages. What's up, Ruki? As you approach Ruki, you sense none of his usual anxious energy. I'm free. Then he rushes up to you, a return to form. I mean, I know I'm not. I'm stuck down here with all the rest of you. It's like I finally got to set aside this giant bag of rocks I've been carrying around. Know what I mean? Wanted to say thanks, chum, for giving me a hand with the little situation between myself and Barker. I don't think I would have had it in me to stand up to him unless I knew you and the others had my back. Now at least old Mama Greentail won't get any trouble from him on the other side. She's still waiting for her Rookie boy to come home, but at least she won't be getting hassled by a bunch of nasty curs just because I struck a lousy deal. So yeah, chum, if you ever need something, I owe you one. And then some. Cur's oath. He prances out of the wagon, a newfound lightness in his step. Aww. Permanent +2 hope. Made the doggo happy. Back up to our homeland. This wagon has its limitations, I'm afraid. But we shall return yet. Let us continue along the path. No cheating, apparently. Where can we land? Emperor's Fall. Gain favor from the scribes. So anywhere else we can land. Emperor's Ascent. Not sure who I'll be able to send home. I might send Faye home if I can, so she might be fighting. You make landing on the sacred Mount Aladale. Upon your summit, the next liberation rite shall soon take place. You wonder who among you may regain his or her freedom this time. Fulfred finds you after the post-flight inspection. We shall have to take the rest of the trip to follow Salim by land. May we soon liberate another of our own there. This should raise the chances that our plan shall ultimately succeed. Joined Faye on a pilgrimage to Trusta Thief. Later that day you accompany Faye into the narrow passageways of Emperor's Ascent, where a monument to Triesta Tethys, I guess, awaits you. Perhaps due to the nature of this place, you begin to sense Faye's inner thoughts, as clear as if she were speaking aloud. Blessed am I to have this audience with you, O Triesta Thesis. Your resplendent glory has made this moment possible, and given me so many friends who are so dear to me. Thank you. Whatever happens, thank you. Soon you and she are finished paying your respects. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Triesta Tethys has shown you favor. At dawn you shall begin your ascent, for now the solitude here is fit for pursuing your vocations. Must you witness. Faye seems to be speaking to herself again. She is unaware of your presence, or shows no sign of it at least. Mercy, freedom, they are intertwined. Mercy shall engender union among all our different kind. Mercy shall engender union among all our different kind. She's reciting passages from the Book of Rites, though to your knowledge you cannot read. Freedom to the worthy, the downside cannot let us all go free, thus freedom to the worthy. How's the difficulty? The scribe trials, like the challenge stuff, is pretty hard. I haven't lost an actual rite yet though. I'm on the normal difficulty. There is like an upper difficulty, which I haven't played yet, so it's slowly getting harder, but other than the scribe trials, it hasn't been anything insane yet. Is that no so, O Saint Triesta? Is that not the conclusion which you formed with your 7 most trusted friends? She pauses for a while, as though listening, and nods her head from time to time. Yeah, no problem, Chips. Yes, I see. I see. Well, I am ever grateful to you, St. Teresa, for your guidance and your presence. And I wish all of your friends safe passage there among the stars. It must be so very beautiful out there. With your wings you can fly freely, can't you, Saint? You can visit me anytime, come and go as you please from the stars all the way here. You don't need a pair of wings in order to be free. I know, and yes, sometimes I wish I was like you, or like Miss Beneatha. But I know I am the way I am because I meant to be this way, and I know that you are always watching. So thank you, St. Teresa Tethys. Thank you and your friends. She wanders out into the afternoon, leaving you there to consider her words. In the Commonwealth, her unwavering faith in the 8 scribes would have been seen as a delusion. Such prayer or communion was forbidden. The scribes were mythical figures, but even they worshipped the stars, and it was the stars that lighted the way for the founders of the Commonwealth, or so its leaders taught. So go ahead and keep giving the party buffs. I think the respawn is going to be really important as it gets harder and harder. We have +2 up. Gilman shall gain favor. Tisa shall gain favor. Try and get favor to the ones that I'm more likely to send home. So, like, I want to keep my skilled exiles around longer, I think. I haven't really been using Gilman much. I feel like as far as quick movement ones go, like Ruki's just better. On the way to the summit, you pass a monument to the under King Ors, and Sir Gilman happens to take notice. You wish for good fortune in the coming rite and in your plan. As for Sir Gilman, have this nice glory days gone by, he often wonders. Perhaps you know the answer to that. Please do not spoil it for him. He says little after paying his respects. However, as you prepare to continue your ascent, you sense that under King Ors has shown you favor. +3 glory. That's not that great. It's only Pyre damage. I guess it's worth it if he gets 2 attacks in. Companions gather once more at the Scribe's Gate, where a single narrow trail leads upward towards the summit, past an archway carved of stone. Come this way, please. The minstrel leads you towards the archway, where his counterpart awaits. Minstrel really doesn't interact much after you do the first liberation. It's been kind of quiet. The exiles of the Night Wings have returned. They have. Greetings, Celeste. She all but ignores him and motions to the rest of you. Now then, each of you in turn, please state your name and what it is you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. Please just do as she says. Everyone steps forth, one after another, much like before. Ruki passes through the gate. Hedwin passes through the gate. Okay. Why is Gilman so happy? No one is left to go but you. You step forth and declare yourself as you did before. The guardian of Scribe Gates regards you with a still expression, then she addresses all of you in her formal manner. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. The lone minstrel glances up at the gate guardian. You have our gratitude, Celeste. But she pays him no heed. So far I haven't made any choices yet. Everyone I've come across has just joined. I haven't had to like make as far as I know, make any decisions that led to me getting somebody or not getting somebody. I think I got up to 7 exiles, and then we sent one home already. Which I'm sure there's more still. I just because I never found another one for the large mask after I sent Jody home, so there has to be at least one more. But I'd imagine there's one for like all the different archetypes. Like I haven't seen a crone yet either that I can get. So again, you gain the top amount. A Lodil from which the downside sprawls before you. You wonder whether one among you shall soon follow Jody from this place. Do anything good? Real cold here. Good luck in that big battle thing you got. Anything good? +3. What is this? Cannot be used by herbs or saps. Oh yeah. Also, apparently, we haven't got a sap yet either, which is like the tree guys, like the ants, basically. I think our team is quite strong at the moment. Alright, let's do it. The time has come for your second liberation rite to commence. You observe the lone minstrel and Volfred speaking in hushed tones, but cannot sense the topic or the tone. Volfred looks up at you. I trust that you are feeling prepared as possible, my boy. Each rite is consequential to our journey in its own respect, though these liberation rites have a more immediate effect. Somewhat crass, however, I've gone and estimated by how much each of our companions may contribute to the outcome of the plan, should they be liberated here. Factors such as their previous occupation, innate tendency to lead, oratory skill contributed to my assessment. It's nothing personal, for we are all in this together. Besides, we ought to return in time if possible. Know simply that for each one of us who goes, in doing so, she shall raise our total chances of success. Readers, for this night you shall confront the essence they have already appointed Tamitha to be liberated, should they manage to prevail. We all have faith in you, my boy, and lo, even the stars agree on this account. We got a new one, let's see. Adversary gains +30 health. Can I not use you now? Oh, you were already activated. So I can do both of these and have a 60 health deficit on my Pyre to start. Each one gives +3. It's really not a lot. Let's do this one instead. So you get like the right page for it. Like 3% doesn't seem like a lot, unless that's 3% of like level 5. But it didn't seem like I got that much when I did this one last time, so doesn't entirely seem worth it.
The Night Wings have returned unto the fall of Solium, at which the scribes first formed their sacred union. At stake this night is freedom and prosperity. But only for one exile who prevails in this liberation rite.
And that's another, if you notice, little difficulty thing you can do. I just opened that, like, this, like half an hour ago. The last rite, you can actually add disadvantages to yourself to increase the difficulty, but you get more experience. So. I don't know if the experience is worth it though, like I was saying. The fires burn and each of the triumvirates is presented and prepared. I concur, the pyres burn and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then anointed one of the essence, come forth and declare yourself and pay any respects you have unto your adversaries, the Night Wings. Tamitha swoops down from somewhere and unfastens her mask. I am known as Tamitha Thane. return to my ancestral home and promptly resume my responsibilities as flight tactician of the Highwind remnants. A long stalemate against the Commonwealth shall soon be ended, and should I and several of my sisters manage to rejoin our clan, then our vengeance shall be swift and thorough. Your quarrel with the country that cast you into exile is beneath the notice of the scribes. Timothy Thane, here you shall be judged under the stars. My quarrel with the Commonwealth is all that gave me and my sisters strength enough to reach this point. The scribes ought well take heed of how my people suffer. We are not weaklings anymore, like your Terista Tethys. We shall not fall in line with flightless fools and their naked attempts to subsume our heritage, our culture. Speak not again thus of the saint, or you shall be expelled, Tamitha. Damn. 0 tolerance. Tamitha scoffs, then turns her attention towards your side. And Nightwings, for you, the fury we shall imminently show is nothing in comparison to the hatred growing for your commonwealth in the mountains on the other side. She signals to her sisters to ready themselves. You seek your freedom, but there shall be nothing, save for devastation, should you manage to return. Damn. Now then, have the Nightwings reached a decision on whose behalf they shall conduct the liberation rite? The first companion you choose shall go free this very night if you prevail. Only the enlightened may be anointed, not all among you may yet be ready. The other two chosen for the triumvirate shall lend their aid. So is enlightenment a different stat from experience and enlightenment are one and the same? Oh no. Who do I send home? I don't really use them that much, so they don't have high enough enlightenment, so I can't send the ones that aren't leveled as much home. This is just kind of a cool system, so it makes you level everyone up a little bit evenly. Because you have to send your best ones home. And then it forces you to use somebody else the next time around. Okay, I want to send a rookie home. Edwin's still, I don't know. Edwin's super powerful with his buffs. Those like team-wide buffs. But Ricky's so fast. But then I have Gilman for speed too, so. Alright, Ricky. It's your time.
Rookie.
Good choice there, chum. Though if I get out of here, I don't know what you're gonna do without me.
Who shall lend him support?
Let's go. I mean, might as well just take the A team. Gotta level these guys eventually anyways, right? I guess I can take Tamitha. She might level up here. Yeah, she'll get 500 from inspiration plus whatever she gets from the right. Sure, let's get him out of here then. And we should take Kevin, I think. What's Tifa doing? Probably won't level up from this one, so we'll get him some inspiration, and then take him on the next one, and we'll level him up again. I have your back, Rookie. Let's get you home.
It is done.
One final obstacle to overcome, ere I can soar again above your commonwealth. Such destruction I shall rain upon it soon, but first let us dance this final time.
Commence.
Double kill. What the fuck is going on? dodge. As the liberation rite continues, you sense Prometha reaching out to you, or perhaps just reaching out to anyone at all. Reader, someone please. Let her prevail, please let her prevail here this once. Oh shit, she wants her sister to get set free? This thought makes me a traitor, so be it, but please let Tamitha prevail, for she is here, wrapped up in all of this because of me. Fleet trails off, and Tamitha remains steadfast, all of her attention focused on the liberation rite. And as for Tamitha, prepare yourself, Nightwings. And as for you, Prometha, I await the outcome of this night, for I shall soon ensure that I may never have to see your smirking countenance once again. She wants us to lose so her sister gets set free, yeah. I don't know, your sister's kind of a dick, I don't know if I can allow that. Well, I mean, she can't throw because I'm in control, so. That's too slow. Such good music for this, like, last rite, liberation rites. Hark now, my sisters, damn what the book says, advance to strike formation, prevail here against these wretches, no matter the cost. Like, I'm really curious just how the branching story in this game works, because you can just lose these, and you can let one of the other teams, be liberated. Like, I could just purposely lose and let Tamitha go home. And then you just start over again. I kind of want to, but also she's kind of a dick, so fuck her, you know? In disregard for the ways of the rights, Tamitha has ordered her triumvirate to push further afield, adopting an even more aggressive stance for the remainder of this rite. Oh, that's interesting, but
Such hatred spewing
I almost made it.
constantly from Tamitha.
I was just gonna double jump over both of them. Switch characters.
Glory to the scribe.
I wish it was smoother switching characters. That's my one complaint, I think. Like,
Alas,
I was trying to switch the entire time, but it wouldn't let me.
glory to the scribes.
They actually might just win. Don't have a lot of player health left. What?
The orb quenches
How
the
did she?
flame.
Okay, they might actually just win unintentionally. Getting fucked here.
And there it is,
Oh, okay.
at last.
Well,
The essence proved their worth. As for the Nightwings, they most
Yeah, that was stupid.
certainly did not.
like, hey, we're right on top of the ball now.
Thus ends the liberation
Now we get to
rite.
see, I guess.
And thus, the scribes have chosen. The exile appointed by the essence shall be free. Absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth. Her adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Damn it all, chums, I can't believe you blew it. I could have been out of here. I really thought you had it in the bag. Oh well, it's out of my system now, so see you back at the wagon, eh? Commonwealth fools. How fitting that traditions such as this should spring forth from a culture such as yours. They, have me put to the sword, but no, they in their arrogance and their smug superiority deigned reason that those such as I ought to be exiled instead. Here then, we would live in penitence and learn the error of our ways. She laughs for once, though not with joy. Such utter nonsense. And now they shall receive me open-armed, a champion forged by their precious system. Yet I shall use every waking breath to bring them all to ruin. She turns to her fellow sisters of the essence and regards them with respect. Sisters, we may not be bound by blood, but ours is a stronger bond than that. We may soar together in the stars someday, and I swear to you, the high wing remnants shall survive. Farewell, sisters. A moment later she is gone, engulfed within the waters of the Shimmer Pool, yet you hear her voice reverberate for one last time. Farewell, sisters.
Godspeed, Tamitha Thane. The 8 scribes are ever merciful.
I mean, I'm actually not upset that I lost, because like I wanted to see what happens if you just don't win.
The cycle of the rites may soon commence again.
Like what happens to the essence now? You and the Nightwings may have experienced your first defeat, but this is not the end. Rather, this is an opportunity for you and your fellow exiles to press onward. Rookie, for example, learned a valuable lesson this night. Rush of Enlightenment. So too is Pamitha, not in spite of the setbacks with the essence, but because of it. And Headwind is no exception, he has gained more insight here as well. Your fellow exiles all shall gain enlightenment and learn and grow from what transpired. And your story shall continue. The choice of whether to accept such outcomes, now and all throughout your quest, is to be yours alone. All in all, having to learn everything I've learned is going somewhere faster than expected. Let's start working on this one, because I do want this. I think that's what I'm gonna go with.
Until the turning of the stars.
Well, Tamitha, I knew full well I never could give back to you the years you spent in exile, and I knew I could never regain your trust. But maybe now at least I can start to live with myself again. Though how absurd. I might have doomed the Commonwealth, the High Wing remnants, and Tabitha alike this night, and yet, once more, all I can think of is myself. I need a drink. After the liberation rite, you find Pamitha drinking alone. Everyone else seems to be off, doing something equivalent. You're about to leave for B when she looks up at you. That's that then, Rita darling. Mission accomplished. Is that what you wish to hear? That my loyalties all this time have rested with Tamitha? You know it's not that simple. Besides, I think I've made plain my intentions from the start. I'm here because of her. She looks up at you then. But I'm still here because of you. She pauses again for a time. I don't know the reasons why we failed that liberation rite. Were the essence simply superior to us, perhaps? But I don't wish to know. And as you can probably detect here, darling, I feel no joy in this outcome. But I feel as though a part of me were liberated there, along with Tamitha. So, and I realize this may make little sense right now, but thanks, if nothing else, for being there to help me see this through. She then gestures towards you with her bottle. I mean, I'm not going to turn down a drink. You accept the bottle and the two of you drink in silence for a time. Nothing more needs to be said. As the hour grows very late, you excuse yourself and leave her to her thoughts. If Tamitha ever was conflicted in her intentions, you sense that now she is fully committed to the group. She has nothing else to strive for. We We did what we could. With each liberation rite, we strive to advance our plan. A brighter future awaits at the end of our path. For now, we must persevere. Speaking of which, reader, I take it you have seen the stars, or I should say, the lack thereof. You have, or did. Once more, the sky is all abyssal darkness, following the liberation rite. No stars illuminate themselves to guide you further on your path. Then let us go once more to Moonlight Alcove. I've an errand I must run. Besides, once we arrive, best we recover now, and make our way southward at first light.